A question that I get all the time is that what if I don't know all of the business strategies? What if I don't know all the things when I get asked a question with a business owner? You have this heart, you have this desire, your background, your gift mix, you want to go help people grow, but what if? And sometimes that what if moves into this idea of imposter syndrome. And so here's the reality. No one knows everything, right? But we all want to have a heart and a desire to learn and get better regardless of what the strategies are. And so think about like the best golfers in the world, the best race car drivers in the world, football players, you name it, singers, doesn't matter. They constantly train, okay? They're always training, and you and I should be doing the same thing. We've solved that inside of our system by a brand new, I say brand new, it's new in the last few months, of what we call the Business Coaching Dojo. This is the training arena. This is where you sharpen your skills. This is where you get better. This is where you're able to think on your feet, answer questions, both to prospects and both to clients. So regardless if you're currently on our business coaching team, or if you're taking a peek at our resources, at our total turnkey done for you system, you're wanting to understand more about it, but maybe you have that idea, I want to do this, but what if? And that's where we're solving that what if right now. I'm going to give you an example of different business strategies and how you can specifically train to get better all the time, regardless if you're brand new in business strategy function, if you're getting better or you're advanced. We have an AI way to train you specifically to where you will absolutely know all that you need to ever know to make you look like $1 million. That's not the goal necessarily, but it will give you the resources and the tools that you need to be able to apply to your conversations, to your prospects, to your clients, and so on. All right. Think about McDonald's, Apple, Amazon, and you may think, oh, well, I'm not working with businesses that size. It doesn't matter. The same principles and strategies that they use, additional products, cost control, pricing strategies, not just increasing prices, but pricing strategies, how to bundle things together, right? And you see, anytime you've gone to Amazon and it's like, hey, what about this? That's a bundling question, if you will, but they're trying to, give you ways to, that's going to improve their revenues, it's going to improve their profitability, right? Well, the roofer, the lawn care guy, the dog groomer, the pizzeria, the payroll services company can do the exact same thing. The reality is many of them don't have business backgrounds to understand how to get 5% improvement over here, 2% over there, 3%, and then compound effect, put them all together. That's how you get what we call profit acceleration. So I'm going to show you in our system how you can train yourself through our AI coaching dojo. I'm going to choose specifically increasing pricing, okay? And these are just AI agents that are trained specifically just in one strategy. So you can't get this in ChatGPT, you can't get this in Claude, you can't get this in Gronk, because they're not broad. They're focused in one area, and that's the why you can train specifically in them, okay? So how can you raise prices with confidence? That's the question that we're going to look at for today's purpose. And for time, I've already answered the questions just to be able to have our time here together to be quality, and so you don't sit there and watch me type in a boring way, all right? So this is our price master. It says, welcome to the Tower of Value, where pricing becomes power. A lot of people will just raise their prices for no reason. They don't understand, how to do it. Why would you want to bring some value to it to raise the prices and so on? Because the reality is you must raise prices to stay in business. It's just the way that it is. Costs go up, vendor prices go up, supplies go up, materials go up, and you just have to. But a lot of people don't want to do it because they don't know how. They don't know how to bring value to it. So you could learn. Let's just say that, that's a good question. How about I do that? So here's an example. She asks at number 1, choose your mode, learn, quiz, or practice. And what level? Apprentice, challenger, or mastery. All right. So again, if you've been coaching for a decade and you really are a master coach, you don't stop training. You still learn. This is one of the ways that you can do that inside of our system. Okay. So I put learn and apprentice. It says, all right, focus. Let's do this. Value metric in a manufacturing client. And there's a teaching point. And then to check. And I said, well, hang on, I want to do this with a roofing company. I'm just curious, can I do it that way? And she obliges. Value metrics for a roofing company client. Teaching point. For roofing companies, the value metric is rarely just hours on the roof. Instead, it's often the square footage covered, the warranty length, or the speed of completion. Guide your client to price based on what the homeowner or property manager values most, like a leak-free years or rapid turnaround, not just labor or materials, because that's where a lot of people will just think labor, material, and they don't really get into the value for the client. It says, okay, name the value metric you'd recommend for a residential roofing company in one line. I don't want to give away, you probably already saw it, but so she's asking the question, what do you think? What would you say? Now, I've kept it elementary for the sake of this training video to give you concept, okay? So I just simply said this, I need help with that. So I'm just pretending I don't know nothing, right? That's just kind of the goal. So if you feel like, I don't know, well, that's exactly what I fed it here. And she says, good, self-awareness, recognizing when to pause and clarify is key for coaching. So Sharpen, try it this way. Homeowners usually care about years of leak-free protection or total roof area replaced. For example, a 10-year leak-free guarantee per 1,000 square feet is a value metric that connects price to what matters most. So here's the follow-up. Which value metric do you think would resonate more with a skeptical homeowner? Warranty length or speed of installation? So again, think we're just in the training mode. We're in the ring. We're training, and the questions are being asked to get you and me as the coach to really think. If this was being asked, or if I'm coaching the business owner, this is how it's training you, specifically in this case, about not just to increase the price, but to bring value to the price. So I said warranty. The answer, or the response is correct. Warranty length is a powerful trust builder, especially for skeptical buyers. Let's sharpen this. Next time, add a specific number. 20-year no-leak warranty is more compelling than just long warranty. Now think about that just right there. Just that line alone of understanding that, hey, we need to have a no-leak warranty. It's like, yeah, but to make it really powerful so that we can improve the pricing strategy on this item over this item is potentially, again, we're learning here. We're not saying that they can do this with their products yet, but you as the coach are learning the difference between the power of value of how you can build products and services regardless of what the industry is. Follow up. Draft a one-line price framing for a roofing company using a warranty as a value metric. And I said, yes. And it says, ready to try. Let's see your framing line. And then it says, remember, combine the anchor, the warranty, the price, protect your home with the 20-year warranty, blah, 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 blah. I said, you write it for me. All right. So I'm like, I don't know. Right. And it says, all right, clear ask. Modeling is a great way to learn. In other words, she, in this case, is going to model it for me. Here's a sample. Enjoy peace of mind with a 15-year leak-free warranty. $8,900 for a standard 2,000 square foot roof. So here's my point. Just in this one little training exercise, which we're talking about bare bones basics, I'm already learning about the value of being able to provide and create a product for a roofing company that suggests I can improve the price potentially, because I'm saying you're going to have peace of mind with a 15-year leak-free warranty, right, for a certain set of price for a certain size, square footage, versus just giving someone a quote. You see the difference? And that's where the dojo is going to help you to be able to train. What's one way you'd help a coach explain why this warranty-backed price is higher than a basic roof quote? I don't know. You tell me. Honest response. Uncertainty is a chance to build your coaching toolkit. Try this. The higher price reflects the added value of a long-term warranty covering your repairs and giving the homeowner confidence they won't face surprising costs for 15 years. What's a question you could ask the homeowner to uncover how much they value long-term protection? So again, you're getting trained so that you can train your business owners, your prospects, your clients. You could be in a conversation with somebody who owns a roofing company through a mutual friend, a referral, somebody you meet at a networking event, whatever. And these are the types of things that you can learn that you're going to help them to see what's possible inside their business. Well, how long do you plan on living in the home? Excellent. This question directly links the warranty's value to the homeowner's situation. Sharpen. Next time, you might also ask, how important? So it's like, okay, it's affirming because it will also tell you that's okay. Probably better said a different way. if you say it, but it also is suggesting another way or an additional way to ask. How important is it to you to avoid unexpected roof repairs over the next decade? If the homeowner says, we're only staying here 3 years, how would you adjust your price framing or the offer? I don't know. That's what my answer is. Again, I'm wanting to see what it can do to teach me, even if I know very little. And the answer, admittingly, uncertainty keeps learning process active and honest. In this case, pivot to a shorter term value. Since you're planning, this is great. And since you're planning on a move soon, we can offer a transferable 3-year warranty, protecting you and boosting your home's resale value. What a great line to be able to ask. Now think about walking into a prospect and having this kind of level of conversation where, because you're getting trained and taught specifically in this area, if you bring this type of conversation, hey, tell me about your pricing strategy. What if you were to do this? What if you were to do that? And you're just regurgitating what you've learned, just like any kind of training for that matter, to help you, right? What's one way you'd help the coach show that even a short warranty can justify a premium price? I don't know. Okay, well, suggest this. A short transferable warranty reassures buyers and increases your home's selling price, making the premium worthwhile even for a short stay. So that, for instance, if you're giving a 20-year warranty, the person says, we're not going to stay here that long. How long are you going to stay? About 3 years. Totally get it. It's transferable warranty, right? I have that with my garage floors. We have it professionally done. They have a transferable warranty. So it's a very normal thing oftentimes. But the point, you get scored here at the end. I got a 4 out of 5 on it. You're doing great. Do you want to keep going? Blah, 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 blah. Here's the point. You have an entire, in our system, in our done-for-you turnkey system, you have a complete and total training area, whether you're brand new, whether you're doing pretty good, you've got 2 or 3 clients, or whether you're a master business coach, you should always train, all right? No one's ever done. And in this case, you can train in specific areas of every business strategy under the moon, and then some, to get better, to get better, to get better, and to get better. And what's going to happen? You improve your prominence. You remove imposter syndrome. You build your confidence. When you build your confidence, when you're walking into conversations, you're going to feel like, I'm going to own the room. You want to be one of the most interesting people? Being able to hold legitimate, strong conversations around business growth as a strategist is critical. Now you have not just the resources and tools to do it, because we have those. This is training you, just your own personal knowledge about business growth, okay? I hope that adds value to you. As always, reach out to us if you have questions, if you're curious about, if you're new to us, or if you're new to the process, you're trying to figure everything out. If you got this in an email, or if there's a link on this page to book and explore the systems chat, then do so. We will explain the entire system. If you're on our coaching team, make sure you're in the training dojo, learning on a consistent basis every day. You get 1% better, that whole 1% daily gains. This is the way you do that, specifically in learning business strategy.